What's going on? It's your boy J Mo here, man. And today's video is going to be titled How to Tap Into Your Inner Voice. This is a beautiful video, something that I know is helping like the people out with. So it's spirituality. Once you desire to live a spiritually led life and you set your mind on things above and stop worrying about all these earthly things, man, your life will change. Through prayer and meditation, focusing on those things, and those things are used to rapidly evolve your mind and your soul. You'll become a better person. You'll be able to outgrow situations that you usually wouldn't be able to handle if you weren't tapped into your higher self. And you do that by prayer and meditation. But let's get straight into it. You got that loud voice in your head. That's the devil. That's talking you, telling you to provoke or react to something. And then you got the small still voice that's in the back of your hair in the back of your head that you can barely listen to. That's God. And I'm not talking about those voices, right? I'm talking about that inner voice. I'm talking about it's you, it's your higher self. And you can literally tap into it and have that voice on autopilot in your head. And so I want to get into that. Basically, your inner voice, it could be a lot. It could be a past loved one. It could be your loved one that's living now. It could be you. It could be, people you came in contact with. It's an inner voice and it's your higher self. How do you tap into it? Well, first, let me tell you about, how the inner voice and what perspective it can come from. Like literally, I've had the inner voice be my sister, my mother-in-law, somebody I used to, an old manager that I never even worked for, but I was in contact with, or it could be your mother. It could be a lot of different people, and it can be from their perspective, right? Or it could be from your higher self's perspective. It could be them talking, but it's you, talking to yourself, right? Or it could be like God, literally God talking to you and telling you the future. Um, it's definitely God because I give all the glory to Him, and He's the one that let me be able to tap in. But I did discipline myself and be able to meditate a lot to be able to get to this point to hear the inner voice, right? So I want to tell you an example of how the inner voice works. So one time, I was taking a nap. I had already went to sleep. I was up for a couple hours. I was sleepy again, so I decided to lay down in my bed and take a nap. So I put my head back and dozing off, and I heard a voice, and it was like, "Why don't you mix cold water with honey?" And I was like, so I remember writing that down in my notes. I'm like, "What does cold water with honey do?" So I went to go check my phone, and it turns out that it helps with the muscle. It helps add weight, and that's what I've been trying to do. I've been trying to build muscle. And I'm like, dang, like, oh, this is a good way to do it without, throwing all that chicken and rice inside of your body, and that's my inner voice. My higher self caught that. I didn't catch that. My higher self did. And I was just like, dang, that was a good one. So it's little things that the inner voice guides you on that. Your inner voice is your guide on life. You know how to, I dropped a video on what the Holy Spirit is and how it's God inside of your body and how it guides. That's your ultimate guide in life. Obviously God is, but God is inside your body, and it's the Holy Spirit speaking to you. The Holy Spirit only speaks on what He hears. He doesn't speak on his own. If you ain't real spiritual, you don't know nothing about that. You know what I mean? you got to tap into that spirit. You know what I'm saying? That spiritual life. But that inner voice is another guide as well. It's telling. It can guide you on little things like how I told you about the honey, and then it can guide you on bigger things. Like I'll tell you another thing. I was halfway asleep. I was napping, and it was like, you won't be remembered for what project you work on. I mean, you won't be remembered for what you do, but only what project you work on. I was like, what? I'm like, straight up? Like, that's what I'm like, I heard that voice in my head. What? Okay, bet. You know what I'm saying? So then it's like, oh, like I don't even know for myself what major project I do want to work on, but it's like, major decisions and choices and things of that nature. I always go and see when I hear something like that, an inner voice, I go and take it to God and I pray to him because he is the one who makes my major decisions and choices for myself. Now, it doesn't mean that it's going to be easy when he makes the choice and he tells me to go that way and I go that way. It doesn't mean it's going to be easy. If it was easy, I mean, it probably might have been the devil telling you, you know what I'm saying? But if it's hard and it's, you doubting and, you got a lot of trials, tribulation and things like that you coming up against is, it's usually a testing of your patience and your faith and it's there to make you strong. God is send you, he'll tell you to go one way, but he'll send you a million lessons on the way there. You know what I mean? So, but I can tell you how to tap into your inner voice. How do you tap into your inner voice? I've tapped to it through lots and lots and lots of meditation. I've been meditating for it's about to be 2 years. In about 6 months, 6 to 7 months, it's about to be 2 years since I've been meditating. I've been meditating for 30 minutes a day in complete silence facing east. I'll tell you about the facing east part. Matter of fact, God came to me. He said, the best meditation is the one in silence. It's complete silence. It's being able to hear your thoughts. It's being able to, I have a lot of discipline. It's being able to try your best to stop thinking. I know everybody be like, oh, you ain't got to stop thinking. Woo. Yeah, pay attention to all the sounds and stuff. Try to get it as silent as possible. But pay attention to all the sounds and stuff. Everybody has different meditation techniques. Mine, I'm a lot more disciplined, so I could do it in silence and no mantras. Try my best to stop thinking and yeah, I do yoga before. I do yoga. My higher self, matter of fact, my higher self came to, or God, you want to call it, came to me in my dream, was like, face east doing your yoga. I always face east doing my meditation, but it's like face east doing your yoga. I'm like, dang. And it has to do with something with the, how the earth rotates. You know how when you on a plane, you go from east to west and it takes longer to get from east to west, but then you go from west to east and it's a lot shorter. Like it has to do with the way the way the earth rotates and its gravitational pull. You know what I mean? Like you going with the flow of the earth. So that's why it's always important that you face east. And when you do that yoga, it's able to relax you more. Like I have the yoga on my YouTube. I probably do a short on it. But it increases your brain power, your retention, your alertness, your clarity, before heading into that meditation. So, the best times, yeah. So, prayer and meditation is how asking God to be able to help you to tap into your inner voice. Is the prayer, and then doing that yoga and meditation. So there's 3 ways that you can listen to your inner voice, that from experience, that I'm seeing that is most active in for now, right? And it's the 3 most when it's active, and they all have the biggest this is the similarity. It's when you're like your brain waves are super slowed to the point to where you're almost sleep but you still awake, right? And so those moments are when you just wake up, when you halfway awake, halfway sleep still, when you been up, right? You woke up like, you had your 8 hours of sleep, and then let's say you still tired, so you take a little rest and you take like a little 20-minute nap. And on the way through that 20-minute nap, you halfway awake, halfway sleep. That's the second time. And then the third time is when, at the end of the day, let's say you tired and you do some meditation, right? And you're sleepy. Like after you come out of your yoga and the meditation, then you like your brain waves are super slow, right? And let's say you did it and you did your meditation so deep, like that you need to relax after. You just need to put your head down. That's another time you hear it. So all of those are when your brain waves are slowed. You have to, I forgot what it's called. I don't think it's either your delta or your theta state of your brain waves. If you look it up, you can research. I should have researched it before I did this video. Now that I think about it, but I'm so I'm sick of me. But that's how that's literally how you tap into your inner voice, and it's great. It's your higher self. You have to be able to tap into your higher self, and you would not be able to do it without meditation. Do deep meditation. I'm telling you, once you live a spiritually led life, your life will change. Setting your mind on things that's above rather than below, man. The fulfillment is crazy. I hope I dropped a lot of knowledge for y'all, man. I'm trying to see if I, left anything. I'll be trying to make these videos as short as possible. But yeah, just that's how you tap into your inner voice. And let me know what y'all think of this video. It's your boy J Mo. I'm out. Peace.